Hey y'all, it's Tina. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Today's video is going to be hits and misses. Things that I have either really been loving or really not so much with the love. If you're interested in seeing some of the things that I have been hearting and some of the things that I have been frowny facing, then, keep watching. Or not, that's fine too. You can just go and come back later, and I won't, be mad or anything. I might be a little sad, but it's fine. It's fine. Totally fine. We'll start with the product that got this whole idea in my head, and that was the eyeliner that I put on this morning. You can see from here, and I make weird faces for you, that it's a beautiful, beautiful kind of neon-y royal blue, cobalt blue is probably the best word to describe it, eyeliner. And I am a huge fan of liquid liner in general, and especially colored liquid liners. I just think they're so fun. For me, with the hooded lids, it's a really neat way to kind of bring some more emphasis to the eyes and kind of get a really bold statement on the little bit of real estate that I have there. And this liner in particular was recommended by a YouTuber that I really like. I'm not gonna name names, but she listed it in her favorites and her underrated products, and just gave it rave reviews. And so I went ahead and gave this a shot. And yeah, so I'm putting it, it's this, and it's fun, a fun color, like I said. It has a really like solid kind of, if you can see that, it's very tapered towards the ends, but it's like a felt tip nib. So it really gives you some more precision than like a brush would. So I prefer this style of nib for liquid liners, and it goes on beautifully. It's a really fun color, again, like I keep saying that. And it says it's 24-hour wear and waterproof. It is not, however, eyelash curler proof, as I was sad to discover this morning. I get my perfect wings. These were probably in the top 3 of wings that I have ever done in my life, and I was super proud of myself. And then I take my eyelash curlers, and I'm being very careful, trying not to press too hard against the lid, and even trying to be careful. Half of my beautifully, meticulously applied eyeliner went away. I even let it like sit for a few minutes before I went to curl my lashes. So then my lashes are already curled, and I have to go back and fix what I did when I have to be out of the door in 10 minutes, and then try to apply mascara over lashes that now have a little bit of eyeliner on them. It was just, I managed to save the day and managed to get to work on time, just barely. But yeah, I was so disappointed. I could not believe it, even trying to be careful intentionally, and it still totally wrecked the eyeliner. So thankfully this was on sale and I didn't pay full price for it. I'll definitely just be chucking this in the bag of makeup for my nieces to play with, because I am never gonna use this again. Conversely, an eyeliner that I fall in love with again every time I use it is this very well-loved Jordana Fabuliner. It is at Walgreens for like $3. It has the felt tip nib that I like, and it goes on really easily. It's very black, as you can see, and I just absolutely love, love, love these eyeliners. The only thing that I wish that they would do different is offer fun colors like this, and then I wouldn't have to have heartbreak with other brands who can't do eyeliner well. So Jordana people, if you're watching, do some fun colors. But yeah, absolutely love this. I pulled it out again after not using it for a few months the other day, and I was just like, why do I not use this every day? It's just the best. I should just cease looking for any other black liquid eyeliner, because this one is just my absolute favorite. I heart it so much. The thing that I am hearting so much is this. Oh my goodness. So I have been just, first of all, let me just tell you what it is. It is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. It's their cream bronzer. And this is something that I have been drooling over for at least a year. I have been talking myself into buying it and talking myself out to buying it, talking myself into buying it and talking myself out of buying it, and watching all sorts of tutorials on YouTube about it, trying to figure out if it would work with my skin type. And finally, I just broke down and decided to go ahead and give it a try. And oh my goodness, I am slowly but surely kind of moving away from powder products in general and trying to go more to creams. I think it just looks better on my skin, even though I have kind of combination to oily skin. It just makes my face look more alive and more youthful, and I just like the way that it looks better than powder. So that's another reason why I really wanted to try this, and I absolutely love it. I use a duo fiber stippling brush like this one. This is the exact one. It's the Real Techniques one. Very inexpensive. And I use a very light hand, and it doesn't go orange on me at all. It lasts all day. It doesn't make me excessively oily, and it doesn't disturb my foundation. So it's just hitting on all the cylinders. I absolutely love it. New favorite bronzer, and it's totally worth the splurge for me. I'm so happy with it. On the other hand, this guy right here, not so happy with. This is the Bon Voyage bronzer from ColourPop. If you remember, my last video was a huge ColourPop haul, and I was super excited to try this because I thought it was going to be light enough for me without going kind of orange and without having to use such a light hand. Well, the problem is that it's so light that I have to use, like, even using a very heavy hand, I'm still not getting the warmth and the bronzing effect that I want out of this. I think the problem is the ColourPop texture doesn't lend itself very well to brushes, especially large fluffy brushes, such as you would use for bronzer. Even with their eyeshadows, they tend to work better if you apply them with your finger first and then blend out with a brush. So I just wasn't able to get anything to show up on me. No matter how much I tried, no matter how much I layered, it just didn't work for me, and it was kind of like that was really disappointing. I mean, it's very inexpensive, and I'm sure I could use it as like a transition color on my eyes, and it would do fine for that, but for bronzer, no. Sticking with face products, another thing that I've absolutely been loving is this. It was another splurge, yes. It's Chanel. It's the Perfection Lumiere Velvet. I got some samples of this and the Vital Lumiere Aqua to try because I really like the whole weightless foundation formula type thing on my skin. This is one of those kind of really liquidy, weightless type of foundations. It goes on and it looks super natural. It lasts all day, and the light just kind of hits in all the right spots. It makes my skin look perfect. And it doesn't sink into pores. It doesn't cling to any dry patches. It covers my redness wonderfully for the rosacea. It covers my rosacea redness wonderfully. I can build it up in areas that I need to without it going cakey on me. It's just definitely holy grail status foundation. It is on the pricier side, but you know, the older I get, the more important the appearance of my skin is to me, and this is totally worth every penny. A foundation that I haven't been so excited about is this, and you can't tell what it is. It's a MAC sample. I was in there with a friend, and I asked to get a sample of their new Pro Longwear waterproof foundation. So many people on YouTube were raving about this, talking about how, you know, it just looks so natural, and it's just beautiful, you know, satin finish, and it applies so easily and all of that jazz. And I've tried it with so many different things at so many different levels, and it just doesn't work for me. I can't build it up. It doesn't really handle my pore situation very well. I think there's an issue if you have texture, any sort of texture issues on your skin. This is not going to be a good foundation for you. I didn't notice it as much on the dry patches as I did on the pores and areas that I had to build up. It didn't really build up that great. I tried it with different brushes. I tried it with a sponge. I just couldn't get it to work. And it really disappeared on my nose pretty quickly. So as far as the long lastingness of it goes, you know, that really wasn't great. And honestly, at the end of the day, if I stood far away from a mirror, it looked okay. But when I got, you know, like talking to a person level to the mirror. I was like, whoo, it was even starting to separate. So, so yeah, this was kind of a wah-wah for me. Again, you know, I'm sure if you have normal skin and you have absolutely no texture issues, it would probably be fine for you. But if you're like me and you don't have those things, then I would pass on this. Sticking with skin, some things that I have absolutely been loving and that has worked wonders for my skin are these two things. They're both from Paula's Choice. This is a vitamin C serum, and this is the Resist Weekly Retexturizing Foam Treatment. It's a 4% BHA, which is a liquid or a chemical exfoliant. And I started using these at the same time, so I don't know if it's like just one of these is really great or if the combination of them together is what's doing the trick. But oh my goodness, my redness is almost completely gone. My pore size has shrunk. I've only been using it a couple of weeks. I put a couple of drops of this in my moisturizer at night, and then I use this once a week. And the turnaround on my skin has been miraculous. My skin has never looked as good as it does right now. And I don't know which one of these is the magic solution here, or if it's both of them together that's doing the trick, but either way, absolutely, absolutely love this. I don't really have a skincare thing that I don't like, so I'll just talk about one more skin related thing that I do like, and that is this Burt's Bees Coconut Foot Cream. Oh my goodness. Y'all, my feet are kind of like a homeless person's feet. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter what I do. They just always go to this really not good place. Just very dry and very cracked and just not good. But this stuff, oh my goodness, this did not like make everything go away because my feet are bad. Like, it's embarrassing how bad they are. Like, anyway, but they made such a difference, and the moisturizing effect of it just lasts so long. And oh my God, it smells just like coconut heaven. It's just amazing. I'm obsessed with all things coconut. So yeah, it's got vitamin E in it. It's very emollient, but not greasy, if that makes any sense. You can still like feel and see the moisture on your skin when you use it, but it doesn't feel like you just slapped Crisco all over your feet. So, so yeah, absolutely love this. Good stuff. It's pricey, but worth it. Pricey but worth it seems to be the theme of this video. That was unintentional. Okay, so I have the last of the beauty things here. I'm gonna start with one that I don't like. Now, I had long been a fan of the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. I always wore the waterproof because my eyes water and my emotions are attached to my tear ducts. And so I cry often. And then, you know, I started experimenting with other mascaras and not using the Voluminous so much. But then I saw that the L'Oreal Voluminous line came up with this false lash fibers thing, and I thought I would give it a try because I had been wearing false lashes pretty much every day, and you know, I was kind of wanting to take a break from that. So so I gave this a try, and it just, you know, I had high hopes for it, but the brush is just weird. It's really like long and skinny, and the brushes are packed on there really, really densely, but it makes it difficult to use. I don't know, it just feels really strange. And I didn't really notice, you know, this amazing amount of like lengtheningness, you know, that you would expect from something that's like false lash effect type mascara. So that was kind of a bummer. Then I was at CVS and they were having a CoverGirl sale, and I had heard some good things about this Supersizer mascara that a lot of European beauty bloggers were talking about. This Max Factor mascara that they absolutely loved. CoverGirl and Max Factor are owned by the same company, and I heard that this was kind of the same as that Max Factor mascara. So Max Factor mascara, that's hard to say. So I went ahead and purchased it, and oh my goodness, it's so good. It's the first few times you use it, you will have to use an eyelash comb to kind of separate it because it can go a little bit clumpy, but once you've used it a few times and the air gets in there and it starts to get a little drier or whatever, you don't need the eyelash comb as much. But oh my goodness, it does such a good job. I mean, really, It lengthens, it separates, it holds a curl. It's so good it's probably one of the best drugstore mascaras I've ever used. And the last thing is not a beauty thing, but it has been one of my favorites, and it's just something that just makes me smile all the time. Especially right now in this world where social media has gone crazy, and it's just not a good place to be for anybody, especially if you're in the 49% opinion. But that is the YouTube channel Bitsandclips. I heart Marie so much. She's just precious, and her family is just precious. And right now she is posting videos of their first trip with the family to Disney, and it is just preciousness overload. Her videos are just always like a ray of sunshine. It's just my happy place on the internet right now, and mwah, love you to death, Marie. Thank you so much for who you are and sharing that with us. So that is it for my hits and misses for the last however long. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it like informative or helpful or entertaining, or if nothing else, made you feel better about your life because you know you don't have homeless people feet. If so, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. It'll make me do a little happy dance. Until next time, y'all take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.